Hello, welcome to PSA Investment. In today's video, we break down how insecurity affects investment decision in Nigeria using real feedback from investors within the PSA community. So let's dive into it. Nigeria loses billions of naira every year due to insecurity, but beyond these numbers, how does this instability shape the decision of everyday investor? We asked a group of investors from the PSA community, and their response tells an important story. Let's go into what their response is. So the essence of this is to look at how insecurity affects not just life and property, but also how it affects entire business environments. When transport routes are unsafe, when agricultural zones face constant attacks, and when oil production is disrupted by vandals, the economy feels the impacts. This video explores how these realities influence investor sentiments using data collected from PSA community members and investors. So we have the result from the analysis performed on the data collected. Here we have 12 active investors that responded to the questionnaire, and on this we have 8 people who believe that insecurity actually have an effect on investment in Nigeria. Likewise, we have 3 people who doesn't have an idea on what the outcome could be, and we have 1 respondent that says insecurity does not actually affect the investment environment in Nigeria. So let's take a look at the description of this based on sentiment. Looking at this graph, as we can see, the demand and supply curve. Here we have it affecting the demand and supply of Nigeria assets. Here we have the supply which remain the same, that is the quantity of stock that are available on the exchange market, and we have demand that adjusted, shifting downward due to changes in other economic variable, which is insecurity, not just price here. So looking at this graph, you can actually identify that from the initial point, the first equilibrium point, the demand curve shift inward, whereas it affects the price, which is the value of the stock market, and the quantity also reduce, which is the demand for Nigerian stock. So we at the interpretation of these findings. Based on our research, 67% believe insecurity harm investment opportunities, and secondly, many investors feel compelled to seek safety elsewhere, typically by diversifying into foreign assets such as US equities, global ETFs, or fixed dollar instruments. And finally, uncertainty leads to caution. When investors are unsure about economic stability, they naturally pull back from high-risk opportunity because insecurity poses additional risks in the market. Then we look at the impact on Nigeria economy. Insecurity disrupts agriculture, transport, and oil production. Agriculture suffers from farmer-elder conflicts, reducing food supply and raising prices. Oil and gas output drop due to pipeline vandalism, which reduces government revenue. Transport insecurity raises business operational costs. Regional instability scares away foreign investors. When these factors combine together, investors interpret the economy as unstable, and therefore sentiment turns negative. So in conclusion, insecurity has a powerful influence on investment sentiment in Nigeria. Our survey reveals that most investors are increasingly cautious and now prefer diversifying into foreign assets to protect their wealth. This trend highlights a growing gap between local economic conditions and investors' confidence. So, call to action now. How has insecurity affected your investment decision? Share your experience in the comments, and for more insights, guides, and data-driven analysis on investment opportunities, Don't forget to follow PSA Investments. Thanks for watching.